This morning, some progress on the Pearl fire burning in Larimer County. Despite strong winds, crews say that the fire has not seen major growth, and that's not all.
9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us live from Larimer County. And Courtney, firefighters have made progress on containment as well.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Corey and Jordan. They told us yesterday that this fire is 5% contained, and even more good news this morning, they have pulled back on those mandatory evacuations. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but first we want to go back to where this fire began. These are new photos of the first hours of the fire shared by Grant Hughes. He says he took these from the Beaver Meadows entrance about 3 hours after the fire began on Monday. You can see the column of smoke coming up from the flames. It was definitely noticeable. Since then, different aircraft have dumped water and fire retardant on the flames as more firefighters on the ground worked on setting up containment lines. Those efforts helped keep the fire's perimeter from growing despite concerns of 40-mile-per-hour winds. The fire is about 128 acres in size right now and again is 5% contained. It's located about 5 miles northwest of Red Feather Lakes. Crews are focusing on the eastern side of the fire, which is closest to homes, and they're working hard to get people back home soon.
I was about ready to leave, and then I just saw how they were knocking it down. Thank God the wind was blowing west yesterday, so I felt comfortable.
And here's a look at the evacuation map right now. Officials have pulled back on the mandatory evacuations from yesterday. There is still a chunk of area under those mandatory orders, the area in red there. The areas in yellow are considered voluntary evacuations. We do have a full list of the evacuations and shelter locations on our website, 9news.com. In the meantime, we're waiting for an update from the Forest Service, who took control of firefighting operations yesterday, and we'll bring you that information as soon as we get it. Live in Larimer County, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
Happy to hear the progress they've made for sure. Courtney, thank you.
The father of the King Super shooter used the words crazy and possessed to describe his son. Yesterday, he became the fourth defense witness to testify in the shooter's trial. His father, who is from Syria, testified through an interpreter. The camera pointed at the witness stand was turned off. His son has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. And the years before the shooting that left 10 people dead, the shooter's father says that he saw his son withdraw and become paranoid. Despite concerns, he testified that he never took his son to a doctor.
It's shameful in our culture. If we say that our son is crazy, it's going to have a negative feedback in our community. And also, we were thinking probably, and this is just our background and our culture. We thought probably he was possessed by spirits or something.
He acknowledged that he knew his son had a gun and would go target shooting. He told jurors he didn't think that there was any reason to take his gun away. To get a conviction, prosecutors have to convince the jury that the man was sane on the day of the shooting. Multiple doctors diagnosed him with schizophrenia, but also that he was sane on March 22nd, 2021.
Parents in Lafayette are worried after 2 students were hit by cars on Baseline Road in crashes less than 24 hours apart. Families are taking their concerns straight to city leaders. Police say a car hit a young girl at Baseline and King back on September 5th. Less than 24 hours later, a car hit a young boy at Baseline and Rozier. Several neighbors spoke up at last night's city council meeting hoping for change. The city has brightened up some of the paint that was already on the side of the road and replaced one of the plaques, but residents say that is not enough.
Something has to be done, or maybe some restriping and taking it down to 1 lane sooner. So then you don't need the 2, maybe just the 1. There's a solution there. These are some of the ideas, a more visible crosswalk.
The Lafayette mayor did agree to calls from parents for a meeting moving forward. Police say they have issued dozens of tickets along that stretch of Baseline just since Saturday. The city says they're going to add a traffic signal now at Baseline and Rozier, where one of the accidents happened.
Dozens of students who live at an apartment building that the city of Boulder wants to shut down are now back in their units, at least for now. The city issued a move-out order Monday afternoon for Ash House on University Hill. According to the city, it's because the property owner added additional bedrooms without city approval. The property owner petitioned the Boulder County District Court to temporarily stop the city from enforcing this order. The judge sided with the property owner. There will be a hearing next Thursday. For now, students are allowed to live in the building.
New this morning, a Taiwanese company is speaking out after images circulating online show their trademark on exploded pagers used in an apparent attack on Hezbollah. In a statement this morning, Gold Apollo said they didn't manufacture the pagers, but they were designed and made by its distributor, BAC Consulting, based in Budapest. According to CNN, explosive material was reportedly placed inside a batch of pagers and imported into Lebanon. At least 12 people died from the attack. Thousands more were hurt. Lebanese officials and Hezbollah both earlier blamed Israel for the attack. Israel has not commented.
The high school in Georgia that fell victim to the deadliest school shooting in the U.S. this year will bring students back to campus next week. Appalachia High School will begin a phased reopening next Tuesday. Students will only be in school for half days during their first 2 weeks, and officials say that they are bringing in counselors and therapy dogs for students who need it, and that there will be more law enforcement on campus. The area of the campus where the shooting occurred will stay closed for the rest of the school year.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs will head back to court this morning from jail. He was denied bail yesterday after pleading not guilty in federal court to charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Prosecutors say Combs should not be released because he had previously reached out to witnesses and victims. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York said the alleged crimes date back to at least 2008.
Relatives of the victims of the fatal Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse are now taking legal action. 3 of the families say that they want the ship company responsible for the accident to be held accountable. The incident happened on March 26 this year. And according to National Transportation Safety Board, the container ship lost power before hitting the bridge. 6 construction workers who were working on the bridge at the time died. The families say that they plan to file a court notice before the end of the month.
Well, it is our coolest morning in 114 days for us here in Denver. We're down to 47 officially out at the airport, making it our coldest temperature in Denver. Maybe coolest is the right word rather than coldest, but 47 degrees, coolest temperature since May the 27th for us here in town. We'll rebound nicely though. 83 for us here in Denver, mostly sunny skies. It will be breezy at times for us in the foothills. It's similarly warm tomorrow and Friday. This weekend though, very different. Details on that forecast coming up for you in just a couple minutes.
Chris, thank you so much. Right now, we want to check in on the drive. Couple crashes I want to mention right now. If you're going to be traveling from Fort Lupton in toward the Brighton area, and you typically rely on southbound Highway 85, you may want to rethink that. We are dealing with delays because of a crash at County Road 6. And then in Commerce City, we're dealing with a new crash on that eastbound side of 270 right at I-25. So we're pretty colorful in that area. It is on the left shoulder, but something to watch out for.